All this talk of Thanksgiving food is making us hungry, so it's time to head to the kitchen.
Our Carly Ritter and Chef Matt Chatfield are cooking up some good stuff this morning in
Look
the
who's
latest
back.
edition.
Hey, Matt.
All right.
Good to see you.
I just said to him, I go, how long has it been? And he said, since last year.
Yeah.
I'm like, no
Welcome back.
way.
Welcome back.
So it is so nice
I
to
miss
have you
you
back.
all so
We
much.
missed having you here too. And this is what we're going to do to make up for lost time. We're going to do a twofer today.
Yes.
2 recipes in 1
Yes.
segment. So let's dive
Yeah.
in.
All right, so we're doing a non-traditional. We're going to do a Spanish tapa.
I
a little
love
bit
that.
of zest, a little bit of fast and fresh. A quick
Something different for a
little
Thanksgiving
appetizer.
app.
Yeah, nothing too heavy.
Okay.
So I started to caramelize some onions in here.
Okay.
And just slivered onions. We added in some Spanish chorizo. It's like a salami with a lot of paprika and
Ooh.
chili powder.
Okay.
So they actually cook their salami. We're going to add in a little bit of smoky paprika.
Oh, yum.
That-
I just used that on some deviled eggs this past
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
The smoked paprika. I love the flavor
Adds
that
a
it
little
comes
bit
with.
of note of just
Yeah.
really nice and amped up.
Oh, that smells
and
so
at
good.
this point, we don't have to get that chorizo really crispy because it's got a lot of fat in it. We want to keep that in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we're going to add in some shrimp at this point.
Okay.
And these shrimp are going to cook in about 2 minutes. So
Yeah,
really
that is the
quick
beauty of
cooking.
shrimp. They cook very
So
fast. Here, I'll
we're
get this
going
going
to,
for you.
thank you, stir that around.
Mm-hmm.
And to kind of amp up the flavor also, how about a little bit of some good dry sherry as well?
Okay, let's go with that.
All right.
And if
And-
someone wants to skip that, could they use just a vinegar or something as an
So-
alternative?
Not necessary.
Okay, they could
won't
just skip it.
It's a complimentary note to the dish.
Okay.
But if you're doing a dry version, then you don't need to use that.
Okay.
So we're going to let that cook, and we're going to come back and add some parsley and some lemon in a minute.
Okay.
So we've got some toast to put those on.
Okay.
Some crostini or some larger baguette toast. And over
Yum.
here, we made a cookie, a thumbprint cookie, and here's the finished. I'll show you real quick, okay? So that's what they look like when they come out. The idea is I don't want to commit to a full slice of pumpkin pie.
I mean,
I like a bite or two, but you know what? I'm kind of non-committal when it comes to pumpkin pie.
Or you
So-
maybe don't want to fill yourself up after you already
Yes.
ate your dinner.
Yes,
So this
exactly.
is like an alternative, lighter version. I love
Yes.
that. So
So-
what is that? Because it looks
Yeah.
almost
so
like a
the
cookie.
dough is a little bit different, so not quite as soft as a sugar, or well, actually a little bit softer than a sugar cookie dough.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
I'm just going to show you the ingredients. So we're creaming butter with brown sugar instead of white sugar.
Interesting.
And we've got a fair amount of eggs and egg yolks
5
mixed
eggs.
together.
Okay.
So 2 eggs and 3 yolks.
Okay.
Okay. That will go in. It's going to be kind of sloshy. Don't worry, that's a lot of liquids in there. But then we've got a fair amount of all-purpose flour that we put some ginger and some cinnamon in.
Oh, I love
Some
that.
salt and some baking powder.
Okay.
So then we mix that together by hand or in the mixer.
Okay.
From there, we end up with the dough.
And
all
you
right?
said this is super simple,
And
just to scoop
really
out.
easy. Scoop it on there on the tray,
okay.
and then set those out like that. And then I like to use, I know some people might want to get their thumbs in there, but I like to use the back of a tablespoon measure.
We like sanitary, Matt, so let's
And
go.
We
Little
just
tablespoon.
spoon it out like that. It just makes it so perfect like that.
Yeah.
And you can get about 12 on a baking sheet like this.
Sorry, I'm not pushing
that's
the
okay.
best ones out.
Now,
Here you
I'm
go.
making these a decent size, and why don't you do one of those?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, I'll fill a couple of these, and then
Okay.
you can fill a couple.
Oops.
As simple as, that's okay. Oh, and here's the trick to that. Here.
So messed
I'll
up.
show you.
Oh,
no.
I'm out of
So,
practice.
Look at this. We got to show them this. So spray the back of the spoon, and
Okay.
then it won't stick.
Oh,
right?
look at that.
Yeah. We'll
And
give
how
this a
often do you have
little
to
stir.
respray? Probably every couple
You
or
know,
so.
many of us are going to be making appetizers for hungry family and friends while we're also making the desserts in the kitchen. So this just
Yeah,
fits,
okay.
right?
You scoop
So,
a teaspoon or
just like
so
that.
in. That's
so
it?
you bake these off at 350. Center of the oven, okay? So on any of your ovens, that center rack
Mm-hmm.
is really going to be ideal. You don't want to try and do multiple racks unless you've got convection. Then you adjust the
Okay.
time and the temperature a little bit. So from here, if you want,
Can I
a little
just?
dollop of some whipped cream
Ooh,
on
that was
there.
a lot.
I do
Hold
love
on.
some whipped cream on my pumpkin pie or my
Okay.
thumbprint pumpkin pie cookies.
There we go.
And
Can I pick these up?
yes, I would wait until 10 or 15 minutes before these are going out to put the whipped cream on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I know that now I made up some real whipped cream today. You know, I love some canned whipped cream sometimes, some real ready whip to
Yeah.
bring in. However, the ready whip, it just doesn't hold up as long.
Good
so
to
if
know.
it's gonna be out for an hour and a half, go ahead and
Use
get
regular.
some real whipped cream.
Okay.
Just so it's steady.
Oh, Matt,
All
I
right?
love it. And we'll just
So,
plate that while we're
yeah.
wrapping this up. I'll tell you what, this is awesome. You know, last year we cook a Thanksgiving feast every year in studio. Pat, I'm sure you remember the sardine pizza.
Oh, yes.
So this is a
Anchovy.
good riff.
Anchovies, yes.
Maybe a good alternative to sardine pizza. Instead, we're going to do
There you
chorizo and a little shrimp on a little piece of toast. Beautiful. Also tapping into that seafood flavor, which maybe you don't necessarily think of for Thanksgiving. So Matt, thank you so much. It's great
My
to have
pleasure.
you back.
Great to be back.
We'll have these recipes on our website, and of course, we already have him on the books for next month before the end of the year. So we will have more fun cooking segments coming up soon.
Absolutely.